Today we talk about, I'm gonna show you what I got, split it up into a few videos because it's gonna be a lot, and then that'll be that. So let's do it. All right, so let's start with the one I just got. Thank you, UPS. Oh, don't forget the best part. Woo! That was a loud one. Nice. Here's a ringing. Asics. Bop bop. Thank you. Oh, guys. Actually, you guys deserve to see both at the same time. I like the blue laces, but I may switch them out. We'll see. But anyway, actually, why don't you guys let me know, what do you think of the blue laces instead of what's in there right now? This is like how would I describe this color? It's like a silver, metallic silvery. But these, I mean, I feel like that would actually pretty dope. Anyway, we'll figure it out, right? Anyway, so reason I got these are the Asics GT2s in the ultramarine colorway by Ronnie Fieg of Kith. And if y'all recall, I did a video on the original GT2 colorway he did, which was the rose golds. And if I'm not mistaken, the GT2 is the first Asics model to incorporate gel light technology, if I'm not mistaken. So, hey, pretty cool silhouette for that reason. Now, granted, not as iconic to me as the rose golds that Ronnie had done, but you know those shoes you just keep looking at and you can't look away? That was these, you know what I mean? And I just looked at them, I was like, these are never gonna be made again. Google Images showed a couple pictures of Ronnie actually rocking these, which I feel like I never see Ronnie rocking his own shoes. And I saw multiple pictures of him rocking these. And these are just, I mean, self-explanatory. These are insane. And I'll be honest with you, I think if I didn't know the story behind the rose golds, I would say these I would prefer if I were to just walk into a store and pick them up. These are definitely what I would go for. Like, these are insane, especially for spring. But come on, yeah. So yeah, I think for that reason, I was just like, yo, these are never going to be made again. I gotta get these. There was one available in my size, and I was just like, yo, we gotta pull the trigger here, folks. But anyway, enough about these shoes. Not a lot more to say about them, but just wanted to let y'all know what it be. Yeah. All right, next up, another Asics. Figured we'll keep it consistent. These are another Ronnie Fieg's Kith special, the Sages. Bump. I mean, look at this. Would you look at it? This is just insane. Some would say the ice to the fire that is the Gel Lyte 5 Diablo. The first time that model had retroed and Ronnie had blessed it with that OG Volcano colorway, which still stands as the best GT5 in my opinion. But this is, I want to say, a very close second, because again, I really don't double up on colorways, but Ronnie's legacy with these Asics models is just, it's just iconic as so you know, it's like and they're obviously never going to be made again, so you just gotta jump on them, I think. So, and I did, and they actually weren't even that expensive, which is great. But the quality of materials, as y'all can see, just stand up so y'all get a better look at them. It's just absolutely stunning. This is just a beautiful spring shoe. I love how the tongue area, just like the squishy honey, not even honeycomb, it's like cucumber. It's like I want to eat it. It's like a slice of cucumber I just want to chew on. Comes with extra laces, but man, this just looks so fly, as is. Oh, don't forget the hit of pink on the bottom. That's just fire. Boom. Anyway. All right, next up, Adidas Exchange, Sneaker Exchange program. I believe from what I briefly read, this was more of a change in the guard, if you will, from the Consortium series to the Sneaker Exchange. And I believe another component of that is well, it still says Consortium series on the box, you know, so I don't know the exact reasoning of what's going on, but I would imagine something of it has to do with the fact that with the Consortium series, it's always a boutique with Adidas collaborating. With Sneaker Exchange, at least in this case, it was two boutiques and Adidas. So that was one reason I was like, you know what, interesting, you've got my attention. Second of all, not your traditional boost box, ultra boost box, so another reason I went for it. Third, whoops, Would you just look at it? I mean, just look at it. So, if you've been following me for a while now, you will probably have a hint that I do have several Ultra Boosts, and I'm not a huge fan of doubling up on silhouettes, but for some reason I just feel like some of those colorways are just unpassable, and the longer you pass on them, the higher they go in value. Now, with that said, obviously that applies for these two. I was an idiot not to pick these up earlier. I just skipped them. I was like, listen, I'm done with these collabs. I just want one of each silhouette, 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, moving on. But that brings us to our next reason of why I got this, and that is because this, if you look at the toe box, which is the deadest giveaway of any Ultra Boost as to what model it is, this one has a very unique knit, and some were calling this the 3.5. So not a 3.0, not a 4.0, but a 3.5, which I would agree with, because this knit pattern is clearly very different from a 1, 2, 3, or 4.0. Although it came out somewhere around that 3.0, 4.0 timeline, so therefore the 3.5, I'll stick with it. Plus you got this unique little, like, I don't want to call it graphite, but it's like this nice little tape guard, really cool. And then this, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the hugest fan of the suede. Obviously gives it more of that luxurious feel, but and it's got that little real leather tag on it. Cool, cool, cool. Plush little tongue, I like that. Yeah, so overall very, very well constructed and all that jazz, you know, it is what it is. But the suede, I feel like it just, in person, just looks kind of dirty, you know, like it looks like it's gonna just be chronically dirty. But it is what it is. I'm not hating on it too bad, and I feel like this just looks fantastic in the wintertime. So I'm gonna hold on to these. Wish I had pulled the trigger sooner, but yet again, it is what it is. All right, next up, my first pair of Patrick Ewing. Now, not a huge Knicks fan, not a huge Patrick Ewing fan, but in my sneaker wish list, this was included. And the reason I hadn't picked them up sooner is because they actually hadn't, I couldn't find them in my size, first of all. But I love the beautiful looking box, very simple, but stands out with the color contrasting blue and red. Pop, pop, word. Next, I knew if I was going to get, because I mean they're readily available on their website, but I knew if I wanted to get what I wanted, which is, you know, not very many Patrick Ewing shoes, I would want the most classic silhouette and the most classic colorway, and that would obviously be Knicks orange and blue. Love that it comes with this little ball. This is just super cool. Patrick Ewing signature, little player card, Ewing Athletics, got that nice trim. Padding AF. Boom, boom, boom. So yeah, very, very, you know, and I'm a fan of high tops. Oh, don't forget the boom, boom. It's like a jersey on the back. Anyway, so yeah, I was like, you know what? Patrick Ewing, iconic in the sneaker game for the reason being of, in the pre-Triple B era, he was out here making his own sneaker brand. Despite, you know, offers from Reebok, Adidas, Nike, etc., etc., etc. So I was like, you know what, I gotta honor that kind of heritage with the retro of the classic 33 high, so that's what I did. Or maybe I'll rock it someday and when I'm down in New York. All right, another New Balance, this one made in England, and these are just, yo, hold up. These are, whoops. These are the 991.5s from the Yard Pack. So shout out to the Camp Out and Tone of My Voice. We're here Thursday on a Thursday, 8 p.m. Don't be late. White laces, gum bottom. These don't have gum bottoms. But anyway, that was an impression of Tone of My Voice from The Breakdown, which is a great show I watch every Thursday where they go through sneaker releases and stuff, and then they'll have sneaker battles at the end of every episode, at least seasons 2 and 3. Now, several times they pulled out these Yard Pack shoes, but not this model. It was the 576, I believe, and then the 1500, which both fire, super fire. Now, I looked up the pack because I was interested. Couldn't find anything in my size. And then all of a sudden on eBay popped up these 991.5s, which on YouTube you can actually see a trailer for the pack which features this shoe mostly. They came out in 2 sets, and this kind of headlined the first set and the 1500 headlined the next set. So this is like that premier debut pair in my opinion, and super daddish looking, as you can see. But the inspiration for this Yard Pack, if you will, is very evident back here. Bop. See that cock? See that double cock? What's better than one cock? Two cocks? So why the cock, you may be asking? Let's see if I can get y'all a better look at this cock. Word. Yeah, so the reason for the cock. Oh, also before I forget, the insoles will also explain a little bit of the story. As you can see on the insoles, it says, well, not really says anything, but you see that kind of arch support and chicken foot type situation going on. Oh, I have it upside down, that's why. And then you have William Riley. Is it William Riley? William J. Riley, inventor William J. Riley. So he was the founder of New Balance, and the whole basis of the company was based on him observing chickens and cocks in his yard and how they walked, and it led him to create an arch support company. So New Balance was initially an arch support company back in the early 1900s. And then slowly transitioned into shoes, and it's like this epic history, which I'd love to get into as I start collecting more of the models along the way. But regardless, so this is why it's called the Yard Pack, because it's inspired by those cocks and hens he was seeing, you know, observing in his yard. And these are the whole pack, and all the shoes in the pack are meant to show off the various colors you would find on a rooster, on a cock, if you will. And to me, this colorway used the color blocking to the maximum to not only create a very, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. It basically just pulled off that rooster vibe super good, is what I'm trying to say. Especially with these laces I put in. I went with this copperish laces. It came with several other, not several other, but it actually came with these navies, which obviously work very well too, but I feel like this accentuates the cock, almost like the feathers of the cock on the head, way better. Plus you get this nice little Yard Pack tag, which is cool. Yeah, so that's the story behind them. And yeah, it's just, come on. Very hard to find any shoe in this pack in a reasonable size. So seems like these are gone forever, but I'm glad I snagged a pair. Also made in UK, so, you know, kind of full circle. And as I keep saying, love collecting new silhouettes, and I didn't own a pair of 99 1.5, so here we is. All right, guys, that's enough for now. Check back, there will be multiple parts. We'll bust through this, and we'll move on with our lives. All right, bye.